Let's do a test on some small jewelry and some gold jewelry on the Nokta Legend. I was out this morning and my GoPro Hero 7 was having a lot of struggles with my GoPro Hero 7. I'm using the GoPro Hero 8 right now. The worst piece of equipment I've ever bought in the last 15 years is right here, right there, right? I can go on and on and on about this crappy camera, but I won't. I'm just gonna test this machine here, right? I hate everything, every single aspect about this camera, right? But I can't use my GoPro Hero 7 right now because it's on the fritz. So, just dump some jewelry out here. Nokta Legend, 6-inch coil. Let's do a test here. It might flop around, right? My camera might flop around. That's just the GoPro Hero 8 for you. And it might end up abruptly, you know, because I can only record 11 minutes with this video, with this crappy camera. So, people wanted to know if it's going to hit gold or not. It will hit gold if you drop your tone break down to 10, which the new update has. I tried to update it this morning. I was having some struggles. I wasn't able to update this machine before I left to go out metal detecting this morning. But here's a gold ring here. 60 tone, multi 1. Check my settings here. Make sure I'm in 60 tone. 60 tone. Tone break is at 10. I'll put it at 11 here real quick, just to show you. 18 is going to hit the gold rings, right? There's some gold jewelry here. A necklace, 14 karat gold necklace. Turn my iron on. All metal, right here. See? Iron, right? So, this original version 1.4, whatever it was, the Legend first version, the tone break was at the wrong spot, right? So foil, right, reads up at 11, right? This small gold ring right here, turn the volume up here so you guys can hear the tones here, right? Iron, all right? A little bit of gold jewelry here. Iron, right? Gold jewelry. This gold bracelet here. Iron, right? This gold bracelet here. Iron. This gold jewelry here. It's reading higher, right? Some gold jewelry here. It's reading higher. Rings, right? They're gonna read up really good, right? Rings are easy with any detector, right? Right. Ring shapes are easy for all detectors. When it comes to the small little gold jewelry and necklaces and bracelets, you know, you can't have it set at 10, right? You can't have it set at 10. But the new updated version has that tone break down to 10, so it's not 11. So I'll just change that tone break back up to, or down to 10, right? It'll hit it, right? It'll hit this gold jewelry, right? Right? Because it's at 11, right? It's going to read up the same no matter, it's going to read up the same no matter what tone break you have, right? But you'll just have a different tone for it, right? So you're pushing those lower conductive, like iron targets, up to the range of your non-ferrous targets, right? Right? Hitting this jewelry here, right? Multi 1. Right? It's gold ring. So now I have it dialed in for gold, right? And small targets, right? It's going to hit the rings no matter what, right? The small jewelry, a little bit tougher. You have to set your tone breaks up, but the new updated version has that fixed. So I'll test out some smaller jewelry here. Very, very small jewelry, right? On 60 tone, multi 1. Nail right here. 3, 4, 5. This, it's hard to test this machine because the screen is so far away from the coil, right? And I don't know how this camera is going to respond to my my test here. Small piece of jewelry right here, right? 11, right? Small jewelry reads up just like iron. That is brass, some brass jewelry, very small jewelry, right? So, right at 11, right? Some foil here. 11, foil, right? Foil right here. Reading up 11. Here's some other, a big piece of foil here. Reading at 11. Here's a small clasp here. 15, 16. So, I'm not really interested in the numbers. I just want to know if it's going to hit it or not, right? And how far. There's a depth potential. Basically, air tests are depth potentials. Penetration potential is how far you can penetrate in the soil. And this is depth potential here. So like in tot lots, you know, that's what I want to use this small coil for tot lots, right? Crank my gain up a little bit here. 20 something, almost full gain, 20 something. It's doing pretty good on that small little clasp there, right? I'll go for an earring here. Struggling on the earring, right? It's struggling on this earring here, right? Little roller skate earring. It's struggling on that one big time, actually. Here's another piece of jewelry here. But earrings are hard to get, right? I'm in multi-frequency 1. Park program. It's gonna hit the small jewelry pretty good, right? Small jewelry here. Hitting it pretty good. But listen to tones here. I'm in 60 tone, and that iron tone is a long way from, it's a lot different tone than the starting of the low tones on the 60 tone. It's a high tone, right? With other machines like the Equinox or the Deus, I get a low tone on these, right? In full tones. You know, this is not a full tone machine. It's only 60 tones. But the Deus has hundreds of tones in full tones. This one has 60 and the Equinox has 50, but the 50 tone Equinox gives me a low tone on this stuff, right? Really faint low tone. This one's hitting on it really hard. This bracelet is very difficult for most detectors to hit, even the Deus 1, right? So that's doing really good on this gold bracelet right there. Another small piece of jewelry here, right here. I'm really liking how good it's responding to this small jewelry, right? Here's a small section of chain right here. See this section of chain? Right? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man. A small section of chain, right? Right. Doing very well. Very well. Here's another small earring here. It's doing well on this earring here, right? Really tight tone, right? Here's another small earring here with the clasp on it. Pretty good potential there. Here's a clasp, just a single clasp right here. Smashing it, right? I'm turning it as I'm sweeping it over the coil, right? Doing very, very well. Here's another owl pendant here, or owl earring. Right. I'm liking that a bunch. Small jewelry, right? Just some random small jewelry, right? Random small jewelry, right? Random small jewelry. Random small jewelry. Here's a tiny micro piece of jewelry right here. I found on the top lot with the Deus 2 and pitch tones, right? It's actually gold that has a little jewel on it. Watch this. Right? Still freaking hitting it. Still hitting it, man. I'm liking this small coil here for small targets, right? Is it going to be able to get through the extreme trash? I'll have to figure that out. Is it going to be able to get through the trash in the multi-frequency? Probably not, right? So I'm going to do some testing on the 40 kilohertz frequency here and see what the difference is. You know, the tone break has a lot to do with getting that small jewelry. With with the full tones on the dais, I'm not able to adjust that tone break in full tones because there's no tone breaks in full tones. You get what you get. But what I can do is I can raise my frequency up and I can get a really high tone on this small little teeny micro jewelry, right? Or I can just put it in pitch tones and get a high tone on it also. But the Deus 1 HF elliptical coil slaughters all these targets big time. I mean, from a long ways away in 74 kilohertz. It does fairly well on most of these targets in 14 kilohertz. But to get the small jewelry, you really have to dial your machine in to hit on that small jewelry, especially when you're next to iron. The iron's a big thing in tot lots. And that's what this test was about. In tot lots, that's where you're gonna find a lot of this stuff here. And you know, hopefully this video turns out, because I got the worst camera on earth ever developed I'm using it with. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.